This is my young boy Nick. He's
nice to meet you.
The next generation coming in here, so this is a great honor. Once again, congratulations on a great weekend. Wow, what a fantastic show, and Brandon Curry, and what a representative of the Arnold Classic winner.
Well, I tell you, I was really impressed this time. You know, we have talked now several times when we did our Q&As at the Arnold Classic, and we have another one tomorrow. We talked about, you know, the quality of posing and the you know, how long they hold the poses, and they felt like they were not in shape and they couldn't put in the stomach, and all of the stuff I was complaining about. But all of that is now getting eliminated, you know. So you've seen this time fantastic posing routines, very thoughtful. Everyone had their own kind of interesting music. They kept their waist in. No one stuck the stomach out. So I think it really registered, and I think that the very fact that we're giving money also for best poser and most muscular, so guys are concentrating on those things also. And you know, this is what it's all about, is, you know, to concentrate on being the most muscular, to be the best poser, to have the best body symmetry, and that's how you win the competition. End of story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So this is the second year at the Arnold Classic that you had the Classic Physique division. I wanted to ask you, if you were still competing today, would you compete in Classic or Men's Open?
I would compete in Men's Open competition, but I mean, I think that we have the Classic competition because today that the bodies look so different, and also what people are taking is so different. So it's like a different kind of almost a different kind of a competition. So the idea of the V-shaped body, the really lean waist, the abdominals, and kind of the wide shoulders, small waist, that kind of a look, and the symmetrical look, and the kind of look that when you walk on the beach, people look at that and say, oh man, I would love to have a body like that. You know, that kind of era is gone, so this is why we didn't want to make it gone. We wanted to bring it back and to have people have a choice. So today we have a double. We have the monsters, we have the really ripped big guys that are very muscular, that weigh 300 pounds, and we also have the symmetrical guy, the classic physique guys. So people really enjoyed it, and as you could see the difference, I mean, the guys yesterday in the classical physique, I mean, they all could hear a major vacuum. Yeah, I mean, did you see that? The difference because of what they take. So I think it's really great to see this classical physique, and so I think that the people today, the spectators, are enriched to have both.
Arnold, I'm so glad you're still here with us. The whole place got a collective gasp when a 400-pound stone came rolling off the front of the stage right by where you were sitting, and the whole place went, oh my God. How did that look coming at you?
Well, it was wild. You know, we are so worried because we pay so much attention to the safety of the stage, and you know, we have to recognize that this whole thing where they're lifting is a stage that is built, that is 6 feet tall, and that's vulnerable, and it's, especially to that much weight at one place. So even though we have big platforms there, but then when it starts rolling towards you, and it starts hitting the ground and coming towards you, you know, that's really wild. But that's all part of show business, you know. I think it really created a little bit extra suspense today.
That it did, yeah, absolutely. But that strongman is so impressive. It's literally, I mean, even though I'm from a bodybuilding background, it's one of my favorite parts of the entire weekend. But that Wheel of Pain was absolutely incredible to watch.
Well, it's really amazing because so many times people, you know, say that, well, you know, some of those bodybuilding champions are not getting the big applause that in the old days bodybuilders got. But it doesn't mean that the audience is really kind of like lame, because as you could see, yesterday when Miles was doing the deadlift, the kid with the cerebral palsy, right? So the people were standing on their feet. Sure. And the day again when the guy was doing the record in stone lifting, people were on their feet. I mean, they were like screaming, and it was like unbelievable the kind of energy you saw in the audience. So the audience just loves stuff like that. And this is why we are doing the last discipline of the World's Strongest Man competition on stage in front of the people, because most people don't get to see the whole thing. So thousands of people get to see it, but the people that come here in the evening maybe don't see the whole thing.
Absolutely.
So Brandon Curry, who won tonight, had a really small waist. What do you think, how important is it to still have a small waist today in bodybuilding?
I think it's extremely important because remember, the smaller the waist is, the bigger the chest looks, the bigger the back looks, the bigger the deltoids look. So this is kind of like when you make you take a piece of paper and you make a cross. You know, the middle where it crosses, that is the narrowest, and then it goes out. This is where the deltoids are, and then the bottom is where the calves are. So the calves have to be big, the deltoids have to be big, but the center has to be as skinny as possible and as ripped as possible, because your eye goes to the center. It doesn't go outward, it goes to the center. And this is what you see. So if you want to look good on the beach, the abs are the most important part. When you want to look good on the stage, when you pose, when you want to win, the more your waist is defined, the more you have the intercostals, the abs, the obliques, and the whole thing, and the slimmer you are, the better you're off.
Governor, once again, I appreciate you taking the time out to talk to our worldwide audience viewing on the webcast, and I'll see you tomorrow at the seminar, the hidden jewel of the entire weekend. It's going to be a good one.
Well, thank you. And you know, we have been Snapchatting the whole weekend,
see that, yeah.
and you know, I do my selfies and all this stuff because social media today is very important, and this way, so many millions of people can watch it, you know, live of what's going on here, and you know, we're very proud that we have this time, for the first time, 22,000 participants here in 80 different sports from 80 different countries. So this has been the biggest Arnold Classic Sports and Fitness Festival ever, and we are growing and growing, not just in Columbus, but in all the other continents.
I assume we'll see you back again next year?
Absolutely. I'll be back. See you, my friend.
Thank you.
Good to see you. See
Thank you so
you
much.
Sunday.
Appreciate it.